This practice is designed to stretch out and relieve low back pain and the discomforts a lot of us have in our glutes, our butt muscles, and our hamstrings at the back of our legs. Tight glutes and tight hammies will make low back pain worse. And we tend to be weak and tight in all three of those areas anyway, because we all sit on our butts far too much. And those muscles are meant to move you, not be sat upon quite as much as we sit upon them. So come to lying on your back. And you can lie with your knees bent up to the ceiling, please. Feet fairly close to your hips, but not too close. So you kind of want to be making an inverted V with your knees. Hands next to your sides. You can do whatever you like with your hands. And thighs parallel. So don't have your thighs tending in towards each other or tending out, just parallel. This is called constructive rest position. I'm going to stay here for a while. I'd like you to just breathe softly. If you are tight in the fronts of your hips and your deep abdominals, your psoas muscles, for example, you may find at a point that your knees really want to drop out to the sides. They're doing that because it's your body looking for slack in the line. So it's looking for a way to keep your muscles at the length that they've been set at now. But it would be better if you just kept your knees up to the ceiling and allowed those muscles to start softening. Try to relax the back of your ribcage into the floor. Breathe rhythmically in through your nose, out through your nose, if that's possible. Mouth is okay, but nose is preferable. So you're breathing in through your nose, out through your nose. You can even slow your breath down a little if you like. And we spend a few breaths just allowing that deep front line to release. It's a great position to use if you've had a really long day and you're tired, just to help your hips and your low back ease out. So even if you don't do any of the rest of the exercises, this is a great one. And if you have time, you can do this for much longer than we're doing it now. On your next exhale, lift your feet off the ground, bring your thighs into 90 degrees with your body, and one hand on each kneecap. Have an inhale here, and as you exhale, draw your knees as close into your waist as they will come without your low back lifting off the ground. So we're just warming up the hips right now. Inhale, push your knees to the start position, so you've still got your legs bent. Exhale, draw your knees in. Inhale, push your legs to 90 degrees. Exhale, draw them in. Do 3 more. Inhale, knees away. Exhale, draw them into your waist. Inhale away. Exhale, draw them in. 1 more. Inhale away. Exhale, draw them in. Now, both hands clasp around your right thigh and place your left foot on the ground again. So you've still got that left knee bent. The foot is down on the ground and you've got both hands around the back of your right thigh. Again, trying to keep your sacrum on the ground. So your sacrum is that flat part at the very bottom of your spine. You don't want to be rounding your pelvis off the ground. Now, as you inhale, start to straighten that right knee, the one that's in the air, as far as it will go again without your low back changing shape. And exhale to bend. So we're just trying to affect the muscles in the back of your leg right now, not your actual low back. Inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. And you might find that your leg is starting to go a little straighter. Inhale, straighten and curl your toes in towards your kneecap now. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, and again you can curl your toes into your kneecap. Exhale, bend and release. Good, one more time. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Maybe one last little hug of that leg and then put that right foot on the ground. And as you exhale, hug your left thigh in towards you. So you've got your right knee bent, foot supporting you on the ground, hugging around your left thigh. Inhale, straighten your left leg as much as you can without your lower back changing shape. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, and maybe start to curl your toes in towards your kneecap. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. 2 more. And again, just as far as you can go where it's actually in your hip and your knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. 1 more. Inhale, straighten. Curl those toes in towards your kneecap. Exhale, bend. Give your left leg one last little hug. And then draw your right leg in to meet it. So you're hugging the backs of both thighs for a moment. And then hands onto your kneecaps again. Now there is some core work in this next exercise. So before we do anything, have an inhale, and as you exhale, close the muscles of your pelvic floor. The feeling is of sort of tightening everything at the front part of your pelvic floor. Don't clench your butt, different muscles. And just check, you can poke your transverse abdominis, which is that band of muscle that goes basically from hip bone to hip bone across the front of your abdomen. And you just want to feel a little bit of tone there, and you want to try and keep that the whole time through this movement. Right, here we go. Keeping that tone so that you don't strain your back. As you inhale, straighten, they don't have to be straight, but straighten your knees, reaching your feet up toward the ceiling, and sweep your arms up behind you. Maybe the backs of your hands will touch the floor. Maybe they won't, doesn't matter. And then exhale, bend your knees and hug them in so your arms come to hug them in. Very good. Keep the tone in your lower belly and your pelvic floor. Inhale, straightening your legs, sweep your arms up alongside your ears, and exhale, hug. Great work. 4 more. Inhale, straighten and stretch, arms up. Exhale, hug. Inhale, straighten, and again, never straight unless you have legs that do that. Exhale, hug. Inhale, straighten, curl your toes in towards your kneecaps. Exhale, hug. 1 more time. Inhale, straighten, arms up, and exhale, hug. Nice work. Straighten your right leg along the ground. Keep your left leg bent in at 90 degrees. So 90-degree angle in your hip and 90-degree angle in your knee. Stretch your arms out about level with your shoulders now. And you can have your palms up if you want the stretch in your chest, but palms down is fine as well. For this exercise, please keep both shoulders on the ground. So you only twist as far as you can with both shoulders on the ground. So have an inhale. And as you exhale, twist to bring your left knee across your body just as far as you can go before that left shoulder starts to lift. And then inhale, back off a little. Exhale, bring that leg a bit further across your body. Inhale, back off a bit. Exhale, deepen the twist a little. Inhale, back off. Good. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, back off. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, back off. We'll do this 2 more and then stay. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, back off. Now, exhale, deepen, and just stay there. So you might be getting a stretch through your waist, your glutes, the outside of that left leg, but still with the left shoulder on the ground. Now, as you inhale, start to straighten that left leg. It doesn't have to go straight, just straighten and curl your toes in towards your kneecap. And then exhale to bend it again. Inhale to straighten, and you're still twisted. Exhale to bend. Nice work. Inhale to straighten, curling your toes in. Exhale to bend. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, bend. 2 more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. 1 more. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend. Very nice work. Roll yourself to center. Hug both knees in for a moment. And then stretch both legs long for a moment and just breathe. Notice how you feel from side to side. So you stretch the outside of that left hip, but not the right hip. And then when you're ready, inhale. As you exhale, bend your right knee into 90 degrees. So you've got a 90-degree angle in the hip and the knee. And again, both arms out to the sides. And you can have palms up or down. And you want your arms about level with your shoulder joints. Have an inhale, and as you exhale, twist your right leg across to your left as far as you can go with your right arm and shoulders still on the ground. Good. Inhale back off a bit. Exhale, deepen. Inhale back off a bit. Exhale, deepen. Nice. Inhale and twist just a little. Exhale, twist a little more. That back shoulder is still on the ground. Inhale, untwist. Exhale, deepen. 2 more and then we'll stay. Inhale, back off. Exhale, deepen. Here we go. Inhale, come out just a bit. Now exhale, deepen and stay. Next, inhale. Straighten that right leg a little. And exhale, bend it to the start position. Inhale, straighten, back shoulder still on the ground. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, curling those right toes in towards your kneecap. Exhale, bend and release. 3 more, you're doing great. Inhale, straighten, curl your toes in. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Last one. Inhale, straighten. Curl those toes in. Exhale, bend and release. Inhale to roll yourself onto your back. Hug your knees if that feels good, or stretch them if that feels better. And then plant both feet on the ground again, knees bent up to the ceiling. Inhale, and as you exhale, cross your left ankle to your right thigh. And let your left knee drop out to the side without your pelvis twisting, so it doesn't have to be a big drop out. Now that might be enough of a stretch for you, just resting the left ankle on the right thigh with your right foot on the ground. If you would like to take that stretch a bit deeper, just be mindful again of not overly rounding your low back here. So you're trying to stretch out your glutes and your hamstrings as they affect your low back, rather than just rounding your low back into a slump, which most of us do in our work days anyway. So if you do want to, you exhale and you lift that right leg off the ground, still with the knee bent, and you scoop your left hand between your legs to hold on to the inside of your right thigh, and then the right hand goes around the outside of your right thigh and you just hold on to your thigh. Again, you don't want your head and neck to be curling up off the ground. If they are, you can pop a cushion under there, or just put your foot down and stop holding your thigh. You know, you're obviously just not in a space where you should be lifting your leg. Now breathe. So your head and neck are relaxed. Your low back is not rounding off the ground, so everything's relaxed. If you are fairly comfortable and you want to try it, you can straighten your back leg, which currently is the right leg. Again, not too straight, just towards straight. And perhaps you curl your toes in towards your kneecap, and that will exaggerate the stretch through the back of that leg. Keep breathing. Keep your neck relaxed, your shoulders relaxed, chest relaxed. Very good. And on your next exhale, if your leg is straight, bend it. Release your hands from around your thigh. Place that right foot on the ground. Unpretzel the left leg, place that foot on the ground, and have a moment just in constructive rest again with your knees bent up to the ceiling. And then on your next exhale, cross your right ankle to your left thigh. Allow your right knee to open out to the side with your pelvis neutral, so it's a matter of relaxing muscles rather than forcing anything. And that might be enough, particularly if your pelvis is already starting to twist. If you want to, on your next exhale, you lift that left leg up off the ground. You scoop your right hand between your thighs to hold the outside and the inside, of your left thigh. Your left hand goes around the outside of your left thigh and you hold on. And again, you want your neck and shoulders relaxed here. You want your low back relaxed, so you're not going into that slump that you do at your desk. Natural curve in your low back, tailbone, pelvis not curling up off the ground. Breathe. If you would like to, you can straighten that back leg. Doesn't have to be straight, just towards straight. Maybe curling your toes in towards your kneecap. And breathe. Good. Bend that back leg if it's straight. Release your thigh and put both feet on the ground and have a little moment. And then we'll do one more thing. Also again with this leg cross. So I'd like you to cross your left ankle to your right thigh again. Have an inhale. Stretch your arms out, again in line, so your hands are more or less in line with your shoulders. And this time palms face up, please. And this time as you exhale, pivot your hips so everything from the waist down can twist over to your right, so that you're resting on some bit of your right leg and you've got your left foot planted on the floor with the knee pointing more or less up to the ceiling. And you just let your left thigh bone sink back into your hip socket. It's meant to be quite a passive stretch. Try to relax the inner thighs of both legs. If you're battling to keep your legs in position and you're doing it at home, you can shuffle yourself over to a wall and wedge your feet against the wall so that they don't slide. You can also pop a block or a cushion or something like that under your bottom knee and your left foot, which will help as well. Now, if you're comfortable, you can then turn your head to look over your left fingertips so that you bring the release into your upper body as well. If you are feeling like that's a strain, just go back to head neutral. Keep breathing in through your nose, out through your nose. Good. Inhale to center. Exhale, uncross your legs. Have a moment. And then inhale, cross your right ankle to your left thigh. And as you exhale, dip your legs over to your left this time, so that you're resting on the left knee and ankle probably, and on your right foot. You've still got your arms stretched out. And again, you do want your inner thighs to relax. You want to feel like that right thigh bone is sinking back into your hip socket, so that everything around that is really becoming soft, spacious, and relaxed. And if you'd like to, you then turn your head to look over your right shoulder, and you breathe. Good. Inhale to center. Exhale, uncross your legs. If you'd like to give yourself one last little hug around your shins, you can. And then find a position for relaxation. And you can have your knees bent up to the ceiling as we did at the beginning. Or if you like, you can have your legs stretched long. Some people find after all this butt and hamstring and low back stretching that lying with the legs straight is incredibly comfortable while our bodies reorganize. So, do what's comfortable. Give yourself a few breaths to rest on the ground. Stay as long as you want to. Namaste.